My name is Do Not Obey, and let's get started. Let's get it. What's up, guys? It's me, Do Not Obey, and let's get into this video. Now, we're talking about Leviathan, the mythology, the spiritual, and the biblical. It's the dragon in the sea. Now, there's been some talk about the awakening, seeing some signs of a possible dragon, and some breakdowns on a book that I found that a lady was breaking down that I've never heard before. And I don't know what the book is. I'm going to see if I can try to find it, but it breaks down, I guess, a spiritual download or maybe a spiritual opinion or thought, as far as like breaking down what the serpent means and the mimic, as far as the falseness of how the world, the matrix, was controlled, made, and rewrote, allegedly. We know the Euphrates River is drying up. We've got things going on in the place that I'm totally obsessed about, which is Antarctica, and beyond that wall. So as far as everything is, how can I put this? I just feel like there's a big change coming. And as far as the change that's coming, I feel like it's a system breakdown. As far as how they can say Rome is falling, I don't think Rome ever fell. I think Rome is now falling. Hence, AKA the Americas. Even the planet, I don't want to say planet, even this landmass or whatever this realm is that we're on, I just feel like maybe time is up for them and it's time for right and normalcy and just like life, be able to live life. Like, you shouldn't have to get up every day and be stressed out. Everything's so high. Can't live here. Can't do that. Can't go into the woods and just build your own home because somebody that doesn't own it owns it, but they stole it, but they make you pay for stolen land. It makes no sense, The system is whack. It's made to be draining. It's made to push people the way they're pushing them. And it's kind of true. Only the strongest will survive, in a sense. Ooh. Well, enough of that rambling. Hope you guys do enjoy this video. And like I always say, do not obey. Stay woke. Peace.
Leviathan, the pure evil that Buzz Aldrin was talking about when he came back from Antarctica and made a very cryptic tweet. A tweet that read, "We are all in danger. It is evil itself." A few months back, I did a video on this, talking about how that giant animal blew out what used to be connected here between South America and Antarctica. But I think it's time to revisit it, because right now, this guy is all the rage. People talking about how he could be waking up from a long hibernation and even causing this tremendously bizarre pattern coming from Antarctica of giant waves and heat. And while I'm not ready to subscribe to the theory of that thing waking up, I do want to point some things out, like Deception Island, which just happens to be extremely close to that giant snake dragon Leviathan head. And not only that, but I'd like to point out what I have found in the past in this extremely dog-looking island. So much dog-looking that I swear they based the character of Valkor from the Neverending Story right off of this island. Or Leviathan, the pure evil that Buzz Aldrin was talking about when he came back from Antarctica and made a very cryptic tweet. A tweet that read, "We are all in danger. It is evil itself." A few months back, I did a video on this, talking about how that giant animal...
What if everything we know about space is a lie? What if NASA isn't exploring a vast airless void, but something much more terrifying? Let's talk about Project Leviathan, the firmament theory, and the evidence that space is actually a massive ocean, and we were never supposed to leave it. Few people know about this, but whispers of Project Leviathan suggest it was an early classified mission that combined deep sea and space research. Some believe NASA discovered that space isn't what we think. It's a mega ocean above us. But after reaching a certain depth, or height, the project was suddenly shut down. Think about it. Astronauts move like divers, not like people in zero gravity. Space bubbles have been caught on NASA footage, like air bubbles escaping a diver's helmet, but how can there be bubbles in a vacuum? Scientists admit that water has been detected throughout space, on planets, moons, and even floating freely. But what if it's not scattered? What if it's all connected in a vast ocean above us? Ancient texts speak of a firmament, a vast, impenetrable barrier of water above Earth. Could this be the true nature of the atmosphere NASA refuses to explain? When rockets go high enough, they seem to hit something. Why do they suddenly veer off or explode? Some Apollo astronauts claim they felt like they were swimming past a certain point. What if space isn't infinite but a sealed mega ocean, and we're in the only air pocket? If space is an ocean, then we have to ask, what's living in it? NASA has recorded eerie, deep, whale-like sounds from space. The Challenger Deep and Challenger Shuttle connection. Was this disaster a warning?
Now, peace family. I've been staring at this little clip for damn near 30 minutes. Now I know it's something there. And I wish I could find the longer clip of this. And I thought about it, I'm like, submarine? But I know it's not a submarine because it literally looks like a serpent. So I'm like, boom, let me share it. Now after I watched the video, so listen y'all, I love my life. I love the knowledge that I'm receiving. I love how connecting back to source gives you the knowledge to know what's to come. I got that with my name in my contract to start, right? Also passing through those gates that I told y'all about. But furthermore, when I see little videos like these, because of who I am, I go deeper into things. So make sure y'all watch this video to the end. Oh, don't forget, y'all know this is just a book, right? This not real. This is entertainment purposes only. Okay, so peace family. So listen, the ancient sea serpent, what it really means. Symbol of the forgotten timeline. The sea serpent is a living memory of a timeline before the mimic rewrote the world, family. Before the mimic rewrote the world, family. It guarded the gates between realms, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, quit playing. Get y'all names and y'all contracts. Listen, find out who y'all are. Get past those gates. Listen. Confirmation. Land and water, surface and deep, seen and unseen. Its surfacing means the boundaries between the worlds are opening, family. Are y'all listening to me? Listen. What was erased is returning, because it wasn't never erased. It was forgotten. So listen, family, why the system calls it dark? Pay attention, because y'all know that everything that they say is dark is really light, and everything that's really light is really dark, right? Yes. So the system brands the serpent dark to make people fear it. But the truth is, listen, dark means hidden, sacred, and primordial, family. The dark side of the sea is the vault of all things the mimics wanted to keep out of your reach. The lost civilizations, the ancient scroll contracts, the true names of the waters and the lands beneath, family. Trying to tell y'all. The original soul fragments and powers of you. Ha! So listen, let me tell y'all. What happens when the serpent surfaces, family? I'm just excited. Excuse me. It is a signal, family. Remembrance is breaking through the surface. We are remembering who we are. Get y'all names in y'all contracts. Pass those gates, right? False stories, fake science, and mimic overlays begin to crack and dissolve, family. Listen, that mimicry stuff is over. They reign is over. I'm trying to tell y'all. We would not be seeing these different creatures and things that's going on this realm right now if they reign was not over. Carry the flame and old memory, feel the call to reclaim their contracts, their gifts, and their guardianships of the waters. Y'all better come and get y'all stuff. Get it from somebody, somewhere within yourself. You see what I'm saying? Listen, the gates beneath the water. Every sea serpent is a living key to a gate, family. A portal to lost wisdom and real power. Only the originals, those with true flame, can pass through those places. Claim what's theirs, right? You gotta have that true flame. You gotta have that power, that passion. This is very important, especially at this time, right? This is your signal. The serpent that rises is the cord between the past and the present. What was sunken is now yours to claim, family. Stand in your remembrance. Claim your gifts. Do not fear the dark. It is the womb of all beginnings. It's the void. Don't be scared of the void. That's where we started. We're the spark. Okay, so listen, family. The serpent at the surface. What we really seeing, y'all? The truth is, the serpent, the sea serpent, is an ancient guardian tied to the old world, family. Before the mimic system even hit it, right? We all know they say that confirmation. They say that these dragons are these serpents are make-believe, are a mythical thing, but they are truly real, right? And they are guardians. They are being seen now because the frequency is raising also, right? Everything that is hidden in the deeps is coming up to be seen. I'll stand on that, and I continue to say that. Secrets, lost lands, and ancient knowledge, they're rising, family. Mimic system tied to the demonizing and erasing of these beings, calling them monsters because they guard portals, memories, and timelines they don't want you to reclaim. Come on, y'all. Let's get it together. So, why now, you say? Listen, we are in the time of the unveiling, family. The old guardians, the old codes, the original gatekeepers are surfacing, family. And that could be with anything, any being. If they guard a gate, you will see them once that gate gets activated. Understand what I'm saying? The mimic system side is simply the side they cannot control, family, cannot explain, cannot cover up anymore. It's over, y'all. So listen, our role is, if we are seeing this, if you see in this video right now, you are being called to remember the old contract of yourself. The protectors of this realm, including everybody, right? Find out with yourself first, though. And the gates beneath the waters, family. It's a whole world under there, right? Don't fear the serpent. It is a keeper of the remembrance. It's all tying in. Only those who carry the flame and truth can unlock its message. Listen, when you see the serpent rise from the sea, now, like I said, this is a book. Don't trip. You know the old world is calling back its own family. It was kept in the deep, now comes up for you, me, and all the rest of the Flame family. Remember who you are.
If the U.S. or if the Leviathan did wake up like this big, huge creature in the ocean, that would make sense. Everything would make sense. Y'all, so stay with me. And this is for entertainment purposes only. This is just me thinking. This is hypothetical. This is all what ifs. That's all. What if human trafficking is them feeding the Leviathan, this whole time? Like, what if those spices and things like that, the reason why we can't find these is because they're feeding it to this creature? Like, what if they've been feeding it to this creature the whole time? Like, and what if the new sun and the sun the whole time was like a heat lamp? Like, what if we're in like a big aquarium? I know, like on a mass scale. It doesn't feel like that because we're humans and we feel like we know everything, technology, and so smart, right? But what if we are like in like a fish tank, so to speak, and like we're just food. We're food. But even though we're just food, we have adapted to the ways of the world. Like, we still live in our lives, cars and all that, but the government knows. And they have to, they can't say it. They can't be like, y'all, it's a big creature that we kept him at bay for as long as possible, but now he's surfacing. And a lot of people and I heard about, like I said, the underwater volcanoes that are happening. Maybe that's what's making him come to shore. And also the other fish and all that stuff are also scared of him. But also the overfishing could be causing not enough fish to be in the ocean to sustain this major, big, huge monster beast thingy. I'm sure that it has to eat a lot. And if other animals aren't getting fish, then he's not getting it either. I also feel like this is why I feel like the earth is like, at this point I'm like, is it earth or is it flat or round? But I do feel like it's flat. Only because I feel like the earth is way bigger than they're telling us. I don't feel like it's a closed, big, flat globe like they've been feeding us. I really don't now. I think it's a big ass long plane, like maybe like endless. Like, I don't know. I see like it's just not ending, like a flat ass plane or whatever. Now the firmament to me now feels like a cage. It feels like a dome. It feels like somebody just put a lid on it, and we're trapped inside with this big humongous beast that's a pet to something even bigger that we can never understand. With that being said, yeah, we still gotta go to work. Yeah, we still gotta go pay bills. And I think that's where all these clones are coming from too, to make us seem like the world is really like just going along regular when it's a whole motherfucking Godzilla that's about to attack us at any moment. And it's always been a Godzilla that was about to attack us at any moment. What if this was the Bermuda thing the whole time? Bunkers.
And haunting viral videos show the waters that are named Head of the Dragon, and where the mouth of the Leviathan would be is already fully boiling up. The same biblical verse cites an increase in floods and earthquakes when the creature starts to move. And recent reports are showing a severe increase in flooding and earthquakes all along the west coast, where its body would be, with the most activity in Alaska, where the tail would be. And when a creature with the tail wakes up, that is exactly what moves first. With the US recently announcing they will run Venezuela, but many theorize, is this really for oil, or is it an attempt to keep the beast at bay?
So they're talking about Leviathan again. Watch this.
There's a stretch of water that even the most experienced explorers fear. No matter what season you choose to cross it in, you risk meeting face to face with waves that can reach as tall as the Hollywood sign. I'm talking about the Drake Passage.
Look at this.
The waterway connecting the Pacific
You see how the
Ocean
snake
to
pushed
the
right
Atlantic
through?
Ocean,
Look at this.
stretching from Cape Horn at South America's southernmost tip to Antarctica's South Shetland Islands. It's about as wide as the distance from London to Berlin and takes up to 48 hours to cross. Some sailors compare getting on the other side to going to the moon. That's how challenging it is. Even the man who discovered it, Sir Francis Drake, never sailed these waters because they seemed too dangerous to him and opted for a calmer, although longer, Strait of Magellan. The passage took the lives of around 20,000 sailors and over 800 ships. To tourists who want to see Antarctica cross the Drake Passage on a regular basis, although it's still often called the world's most terrifying ocean crossing. The Antarctic Peninsula, where travelers go, isn't really part of Antarctica itself.
You can see where it pushed
It
through
sticks
there.
out and points towards South America like two fingers almost touching. The
Yeah, 'cause
water
it's-
gets squeezed between these two land masses, making strong ocean currents.
A message for every world leader, every president, every chancellor, every prime minister. If you send your warships towards the Caribbean and you explode an atom bomb near Venezuela, there will be dire consequences to your actions. Let the serpent waken and move slowly so that there will not be catastrophic life loss. You know as well as I do what Nagasaki was and Hiroshima was, and what area of that animal you dropped that and why. The equivalent on this side of the world would be in Venezuela. Okay? So, if you are planning to send ships to the Caribbean with your nuclear arsenal, because this serpent is waking, she's waking. She is. And when she moves, she's going to move slow. It's going to cause destruction. It's going to start ripping the United States from the Midwest to the West Coast away. Let her do it naturally. If you explode your atom on this creature, there will be dire consequences. She's going to move slow like every other serpent does. She's still cold and underwater, so it's going to be slow. I get it. If you explode that on her eye and you blind her, she's going to flinch and send probably a 5-mile long tsunami from the Bering Sea along the West Coast. I don't care. This is not up for debate. And y'all know this. You know what you did in World War II. We know what you did in World War II. And now you're coming up on World War III. Leave the beast alone. We're supposed to share a symbiotic relationship with the beast. But you quit with what you believe is great technology. It's not. You're going to make things worse. And it is going to be 100% your fault whenever catastrophic life is lost along the West Coast. 100% your fault. So once again, for every world leader, every president, every chancellor and prime minister, get your ships away from the Caribbean. Not only will you pay for it, all of your citizens are going to pay for it.
Okay, I'm putting this out there because I have not seen anyone talk about this with regards to, you know, this whole conspiracy about the Leviathan that's woken up in the earth. Excuse my face and my voice, by the way. Hay fever is licking me off at the moment. But so this conspiracy about Leviathan waking up, I'm sure if you know what I'm talking about, you've seen the pictures down by Antarctica and Chile of this head that is apparently moving, and you've seen the black spot that was picked up in the ocean that was moving. Now, what I find really fucking crazy, and this is like, I don't want to say it's confirmation, but I'm working with an energy healer at the moment, and she works with dragons, with you know, the dragon beings in different realms, and she has been helping this ancient dragon, like thousands of years old, wake up and come back through the ley lines to shift the energy of the earth, like a massive awakening. of this huge fucking dragon. And if you're spiritual, if you're into this work, let me know in the comments, because a lot of the women around me that do this work, that do energy work, that are healers, that are psychics, have been seeing a lot of fucking dragons in the clouds, online, in pictures. They've heard mentions of it. There's something happening energetically, as we know, as within, so without, as above, so below. There is something.
This sea dragon is even said that it can spew fire out of its mouth, and that when people see it, they're terrified. Nothing can pierce its scales. Nothing can penetrate its skin. It is the most proudest being on the entire world. There is a sea great and broad, in which are swarms without number, animals both small and great. The ships move along there, and Leviathan, which you have formed to have fun in it. That's crazy. And it's giving me Godzilla vibes. But let me know what y'all think.
So there was a major typhoon and flooding in Alaska. I warned everyone that when this thing starts to move, the tail was going to move in what area and what way. Let's take a look at it. So here's the area where all of that flooding and devastation took place, in Kipnuk, Alaska. But everyone that followed me know that this runs all the way up. The tail bends here and comes all the way around here. And I told you all, I bought a snake just to see how they operate. And if this tail was going to move, then it's going to continue to move upwards to straighten out here. Meaning that when this starts to move, all of this is potential to be flooded. Bad. Underwater sometime soon even. But I've warned everyone, as soon as this tail moves, because you can see the curl here, this is where it comes around. Whenever it starts to straighten out, it's going to roll itself upward. And when this flows over, all of this water is going to come up. All of that's going to come up, you guys. And whenever you have water that come up like that, at some point, being how cold it is up there, it creates what people call glaciers. I showed you all where the earthquakes were, in that same area. Let's go and look and see what earthquakes or seismic activity we have going on in the last 24 hours. So here we are in the Gulf of Alaska. And here we are with an earthquake here, 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 and here. In that same area of the bend where I told you it's going to start to straighten out. Now, when this starts to straighten out, it's going to move this way before it comes up. This tail. Right there, it is, same tail. All right. It's going to start to bend and move upwards this way. Meaning that everything over here is going to be soaked, flooded. Typhoons. And why are there typhoons?
This situation right here is bigger and deeper than you think. As we take a close look at some of the overhead pictures, as what's going on over there in their oceans, you can see that this picture here is undeniable. Once again, getting in a little more closer for you guys so that y'all can see. And this picture is not hard to make out. A lot of people seem to believe that this sea creature has given birth and that she has awakened. And this would be a picture of her if she was fully unthawed. But I want to know what you guys think.
Myth. On your screens, cruise passengers capture a chilling moment. A massive shape rising from beneath the waves. Days later, in that exact area, divers find a 10-foot-long egg. At first glance, the creature looks like a massive whale. But here's the problem. This footage was taken on the largest cruise ship in the world, Icon of the Seas. And whales don't grow that big. Meanwhile, in the middle of the Arabian desert, water suddenly begins to flow. And with it, Thousands of live fish appear out of nowhere. At the same time in Costa Rica, the ocean pulls away from shore, drying up hundreds of meters of coastline in minutes. Some blame the moon. After all, it controls the tides, but lunar data showed nothing had changed. Then it got even stranger. After the creature appeared, sharks began forming massive schools, fleeing something unseen. One theory connects it all to Antarctica. That's where a previously unknown volcano has just been discovered. And for a year now, wave monitoring devices have detected an unexplained anomaly, like something giant is rising beneath.